So an important question that I would want us to look at is this November 2017, question number 5, boy, as we wind up from this important topic. November 2017, question number 5, boy. 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 Are we there? Is there somebody who has already been able to get access to this question, financial management? November 2017, question number 5, boy. Thank you, Leonard. Thank you, Catherine. So we are told there, Daya Limited has provided the following financial results: 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017. The firm's earnings yield is 12%. And then they want us to give them the value of the firm. See what? Whenever you hear of earnings yield, anything that is yield, what my teacher used to call yieldish, always has got MPS at the denominator. You get dividend yield. Always at the denominator we have MPS. So then if it's earnings yield, we shall have here EPS on top. Earnings yield, we shall have EPS on top. They want us to carry out evaluation, a value of an organization. So we must make market price per share the subject because of market valuation. So make MPS the subject. Make MPS the subject. If you try making MPS the subject, this is what you will get. You will have your earnings yield times MPS equals EPS. Therefore, MPS will be equal to EPS all over earnings yield. Please write up to there. And once you write up to there, could you kindly give me an emoji which shows that we are together? There are very many emoticons, many emojis. There is one that is crying, which cries. I don't know how they draw these things. But there is one which cries tons of tears, very many tears, showing that you have not understood anything. But I can see Leonard really knows how to do these emojis. At least he has been able to reach there. How about the other students? Do they know where emojis are? There's an emoji that has got thumbs up, another one that has got thumbs down, Catherine, great. Ambale has a problem. Maybe she has not understood the formula. What is the problem, Ambale? Is it the formula you haven't understood? When you use crying emoji, it means you have not understood something. Oscar Okumu comes up with his own emoji, which is very good. We are together. Thomas, the formula. You see, formula, as we say, the earnings yield. Earnings yield is EPS over MPS. So then we have said here, just the way we used to do it in Form 3, make market price the subject of the formula. Make MPS the subject of the formula. That is what exactly I have done. So if you make MPS the subject, I've taken this MPS cross multiplied. So this times MPS equals EPS. I made MPS the subject, just that. I've not done any magic really. Now, so in this question, we have a growth rate. There is a growth rate. So whenever there is a growth rate, what do? You come and put it here. We have here 1 plus growth rate, and then you deduct the growth rate here, like that. So, ladies and gentlemen, are you able to, this is a very important formula for getting MPS. If I were you, I would have come here and highlighted this using a yellow highlighter. Yellow highlighters are the best. These are very important formula. Yellow highlighters are the best. You can even see all your emojis, they're in yellow, and that is why maybe in Kenya here, yellow one. Great. So then, ladies and gentlemen, we are learning something very nice here. We are learning something very nice here. That anytime they want us to get total market value, I will always take the total earnings the total earnings of the company, which I'll have to grow. So into 1 plus growth rate, 1 plus growth rate, and then I'll come and divide this by earnings yield minus that growth rate. So to get total, I'm using total earnings here. If I just want to get a market value for each share, I use EPS, earnings per share, like that. So those are very, very important formulas. Now, when you look at this question, they gave us everything except G. They never gave us G, the growth rate of the earnings. The growth rate of the earnings. But if you look at this question very well, they have given us some earnings. If you look at this question very well, they have given us some earnings. They have given us some earnings for some years. So we have some earnings here, some earnings here. So we have here 6.0, we have 6.2, we have 6.3, we have lastly here for 2017, 6.3. So we have, this is 2017, 2016, 2015, 2014, like that. So then out of these earnings, I'll easily get my G. So remember, to get the growth rate, this has to be the nth root of the current, of the most recent earnings. You write here recent earnings, all over the oldest earnings. And then whatever I will get, I will come and subtract 1. Whatever I will get, I will come and subtract 1. I'll come and subtract 1. Whatever I get, I will come and subtract 1. Let's start with this nth root. What is this n? You can see these are 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017. Those are 4 years, but we always work with the years in between. Like you count like this, 1, 2, 3. The years in between, or use what Thomas is saying there, n minus 1, one and the same. So long as you appreciate that this n stands for the years in between, because you know this is starting. So I'm talking of 1 year elapsed, 2 years, 3 years, like that. So this n of mine is 3. Or rather into the most recent earnings we have are these ones here, 6.3. All over the very oldest, which are 6.0. Whatever I will get here, I'll come and subtract 1. So if I were you, this is what I would do. I will go there and punch 3. Once I've punched 3, I'll punch shift in my calculator, and then I punch this button called rest. So I'll punch 3 first, then I say shift, and then I punch this. Why am I punching shift? Because I want this that is on top, X root. So once I do that, I would want to demonstrate this physically. So I'm saying here, I will punch 3, and then I say shift, then I say raised to. Then I will come and put in brackets, because these are supposed to be always in brackets. Always they're supposed to be in brackets. So then I say 6.3, I say divide by 6. I close brackets. Once I close brackets like that, I can say either equals, or I can just go ahead and just say equals first. You say equals, and then you say minus 1. So you say 3 shift raised to. Then you open brackets. You say 6.3, 6.0, you close, you say equals. After equals, whatever answer you get, you subtract 1. Whatever answer you get, you subtract 1. Whatever answer you get, you subtract 1. What figure are you able to get? Oscar tells me it is 0.01081. Oh, 0.016. Check again. Mabub, check again. Minus. Ambale says, it cannot be minus, really. It has never been minus. You have not followed instructions very well. I would want to repeat this again. Let's do this together. Let's do this together. Let's do this together fast. Let's do this together fast. Let's do this together first. Let's do this together fast. If, for example, somebody, you can see you're getting different answers. Somebody wants you to get the 9th root of this, 10 over 3. 9th root. Remember, it's your square root. It's your square root, but 9th root. How do I do it? I'll start by pressing 9. And then there is a button there called the shift. I hope you're able to see the shift. There is a button called the shift. So I say shift and then raised to, you see there is this button there called, it's near. Where is it near? There is this shift, which is near log, right? Once I press it like that, shift, now I'll be able to say shift, I've pressed this. I'll be able to see something coming there called X root. And then I'll be able to put brackets there. If you forget the brackets, you get 0 in the entire question. So 10 over 3. And then you tell me what answer are we getting? For this one here, the 9th root, what answer are we getting, all of us, including the ones who never got the other one correct? Let us first of all address this matter. So according to Thomas, he's getting 11. According to Thomas, 11, 4, 30. Thank you so much, because I can see now so many guys are getting this answer. Please try and give us whatever you're getting. Don't worry. Whatever you're getting, we'll be fine with it. We'll be fine with it. Getting this nth root, so many students are not able to get it. So many students, and it shows that you are among the ones who are able to get it. Thank you. Thank you. Now listen. Somebody said that they were lost from the formula. Getting the growth rate, when you have got a number, there. So to get this growth rate, what we are saying, ladies and gentlemen, is that we shall take the years in between. We come and take the root there. So then this will be the most recent earnings. These are not the dividends, remember. The most recent earnings, all over the oldest earnings, and then whatever we shall get is what we shall deduct 1. Hata wachane 1 kwanza. So nth root, the years in between 2014 and 2017, if you count 1, 2, 3. I like talking of years in between because it is a way we normally trick students. Because if the examiner says after 3 years, then you know n to use the after 3. So in this case here, we have 3 into recent earnings are 6.3. Divided by the very oldest earnings, these are 6.0. So first of all, let us get this answer. Let's get first of all this answer. How do we do it? Remember, don't use the square root. I'm so sure most of us are still making use of the square root. This one that is quite close to ABC. Don't use square root. It is the x root because now it's more power. It's more power. So I would want us to press 3 there. Once you press 3, press shift raised to. Shift raised to. There is a button called raised there, which is very close to logarithm. On top of sin theta, you'll see raised to. Once you say shift, it means you are making use of this x root. Right? So then you will see these appearing on your screen. It will be 3x root. It will be like that, 3x root. Once you see 3x root, please put in brackets, introduce a bracket there. Introduce a bracket there. You say 6.3 over 6.0, close bracket, and then say equals. Is there somebody who is able to give us equals after closing brackets? Equals. Equals. So according to Brian Mutua, they are getting, I cannot see so many guys really giving me these answers, is getting 1.01, 6 what here, 6.4. Now, once you do that, don't forget to subtract 1. Don't forget to subtract 1. Don't forget to subtract 1 to get this growth rate. To get the growth rate. So then in that case, my growth rate will be what here, somebody? In that case, my growth rate will be 0.0164. So are we together there? Are we together now, all of us? Are we together? Are we together now, all of us? Great, 0.0164. Thank you so much. Great. Now, please don't forget that this examiner wanted us to value an organization using earnings yield. Remember, these organizations normally, they are assumed to be infinite. They shall stay with us forever. So whenever an organization will stay with you forever, it means that the present value should be equal to the amount. Let me just explain something here. It should be equal to the amount you're getting on a yearly basis divided by R. But you see, at the end of the day, the examiner will tell you that this particular amount will be growing. If there is a growth rate, then you must come and introduce 1 plus G there. And don't forget to subtract the G from the denominator. This is a very important formula. That is why you realize even your PO formula, your today's present value of a share, would only DO into 1 plus G all over what here R minus what here R minus G, or KE minus G. Ikija hapa katika farm valuation, when they talk of farm valuation using earnings yield, I'll always borrow this concept. Now they have told me to value the farm. So I'm now valuing the farm, value of a farm using its earnings. So I will take the earnings, I divide this by what we call the earnings yield. But remember, there is growth rate. So I'll have to come and say 1 plus G there. And don't forget to say 1, or rather UI minus what here? Minus G. Value of a farm using earnings approach. They've given us earnings yield. Therefore, which earnings am I going to use? To value the farm amongst these, I shall always use the most recent earnings. So this will be 6.3 into 1 plus the growth rate that you guys gave me up there. According to Haba, it is 0.0164. All over. Has this examiner given me the earnings yield in this question? If he has given me the earnings yield, yes, I can see the earnings yield is 12%. So come and put 12% is the same as 0.12. 12% is the same as 0.12. 0.12 minus the same growth rate, 0.0164, like that. So then could you kindly move slowly here and give me the numerator first? Please give me the numerator. Numerator alone. Numerator means the one that is on top, 6.3 times, open brackets, 1 plus 0.0164 close. Give me the answer, numerator. So numerator, I'm being told is 640, 6.40. Numerator I'm being told is 6.4033. All over the denominator. Denominator is just somebody who can subtract for me very fast. Denominator, if you subtract for me very fast, denominator, if you subtract for me very fast, what are we getting? Somebody here, 0.1036. So then could you kindly give me the final answer, the quotient there? Kindly give me the final answer, which is the quotient there. Give me the final answer, which is the quotient there. Give me the final answer, which is the quotient. The quotient, you divide the two. 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 We are dividing these two. We are dividing these two. So it is 61 point what here? 61.81 in millions. And that is the answer in millions. And that is the answer in millions. And that is the answer. So remember, when you're valuing a farm, you can, or a security, you can value this security using the cash flows, you discount them. You can value a farm using earnings yield. You can value a farm using dividend yield. If you remember, we have the dividend yield. If you remember, we also have what we call the dividend yield method. The dividend yield method. The dividend yield method. Anytime they talk of dividend yield, always remember that dividend, any dividend yield, when it say dividend yield, so long as it is a yield thing, I told you, my teacher used to tell me it's yielding to market price per share must be at the denominator. It must be at the denominator. And then now we have here, because it's dividends, then we have dividend per share up there For farm valuation, you must have been told by my very best student called Kolo, the liquidator, when he was teaching you. He must have told you, that for farm valuation, make MPS the subject. If you try making MPS the subject, then it will be dividend yield times MPS equals DPS. Make MPS the subject, it will be DPS over the dividend yield. So then if they want you to get farm value, total farm value, then this has to be total dividends now. It has to be total dividends. All over the dividend yield. Remember, of course, they'll tell you to calculate the growth rate of dividends. You'll be told to calculate. So you must come and add 1 plus G, subtract the G down there. This is how to get farm value. This is how you get farm value using dividend yield method. Mahabub, maybe you'll need to look at your body mass. You need to look at your body mass, get numerator side, get denominator side, because many cannot be wrong. So to me, in an exam, if you tell me to use dividend yield, because your examiner this time around may tell you to use dividend yield to get farm value. If they tell me to use dividend yield, method, this is how I always reason, not like this. If they tell me to use dividend yield, method to get farm value, I will take the total dividends. All over the dividend yield. This is dividend yield. And then, of course, I'll come and let this grow as I reduce the denominator. So I'll be able to hang this particular video on YouTube. And of course, my favor from you is that you need to subscribe. We need to make RCM the biggest RCM online college. Remember us, we are 100% what tier virtual CASNEB training institution, right? We need to make it the biggest in East Africa. And you can only do that, ladies and gentlemen, if you keep on subscribing, if you keep on sharing these video links with your friends who are also in other colleges. Tell them, hey, you know what? We have our professor. Don't call me professor, I'm not yet there. We have our Mwalimu Aura. That will be very good. So there is a favor, don't forget this favor. You are supposed to do to Mwalimu. We have these classes that we shall be doing from 1st of May, to 6th of May. 6 days. 6 days only. 6 days, we shall be able to cover pivot tables, etc. So many things in Excel that you will need at your workplace, that you will need in this case here, when you will be doing your BDA. Don't wait to come to BDA without knowing any Excel. You will be in trouble. You'll not finish your CPA as soon as you would wish. So then what we said for Mwalimu to also be motivated even to teach you guys more, because like I promised you, like 7 sessions before you do your exams. 7 already I've done 2. This is the second one. You will need to purchase this course from me. You are paying 1,500, right, for this course. Yesterday you asked for our pay bill number. Our pay bill number is 6242 814. Is it 849 or 839? Just confirm. Just 1 minute. 1 minute. The classes will be from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. every day for those 6 days. 8 p.m., 10 p.m. Remember also after each class, as usual, we will get a video. Those videos don't expire. We shall leave you with those videos forever. 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. like that for those 6 days. You like it. I want to confirm this.
6242 839.
Oh, it's 839. 839. And then, of course, the account number is your name. Once you pay, please forward the message. Forward the message to 0719 525,000. 0719 525,000. Leonardo says we have that other pay bill. We had to separate because of the VAT issues. We had to separate our publishing business and our training business. So now we have got two subsidiaries. We have RCM Publishers, and then we have RCM Online College. So this is for the online college. If you take that amount to RCM Publishers, which is VAT registered, we shall be forced to pay VAT for that amount, which is very bad. And yet training fees is not vatable. So please pay the college, don't pay through the publishing company. Deadline is 17th, 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 so that I can know the quorum, Otherwise, thank you very much. Let me go to the bank. It's my hope that you have enjoyed the session today as well. If possible, tell your colleagues in the group for them to be joining and get the appetite of watching videos. Tell them the class is excellent. And for me, those that I've taught before, you know, I'm a live wire. I'm never a dead wire. If you do all my sessions very well, you will come thank me. After exam, you'll be calling me Guru, Guru, Guru. Although I'm not a savior, but I know. Just be very keen. Be very keen. Otherwise, thank you very much. Thank you. A job well done. Great. Thank you. Thank you. Tomorrow, again, same time.